Is it ready?
Friends, welcome. So
Hello,
this
Rick.
is the. I'm just introducing you, just right. This
Okay.
is the Keynote 2021 Tech Impact ESG SDC Investing. The focus regions are US, UK, Europe, and Canada. The opportunities and challenges. We have the keynote speaker Dennis O'Neill, CEO O'Neill Capital Advisors, based out of Chicago. He has got 30 years of experience as an investment banker and started two of the largest regional investment banks in Chicago. Later, managing director of SoftBank Investments, E2C Capital Office in Chicago, raised over $2 billion in capital for early-stage companies. He is an expert thought leader on venture capital, private equity, blockchain, all stocks, spoken over 75 conferences around the world. Great credit. Go ahead, Dennis. Over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Rajan. Thank you so much for tuning into the family office or the family office meet. I'm super excited to be here today. As Rajan indicated, that I do have a vast amount of experience in investment banking. I'm currently the CEO of an O'Neill Capital Advisors. I am also the president and a board member for Biomedicaine and Biokai.com. Yeah, what I wanted to talk to today is that, I have spoken across the world, all throughout Europe, Asia, and the United States about venture capital, blockchain, private equity, family offices. I've spoken at several of the family offices conferences. And I think that we'll have I'll have something interesting to share today. I think what's critically important here is to take a step back and find out, when did the really family office craze start, and what was the driving force behind, all these ultra wealthy families, putting together their family offices. And I think you need to take a step back to about 2007, 2008, when Bernie Madoff, which was the president of NASDAQ and one of the largest fund managers in the world, he was exposed as being a fraud and running one of the largest Ponzi schemes in history. And that shocked the family offices or the ultra rich investors. And that's when that was really the catalyst for family offices to decide that, hey, maybe we should start managing our own money. The next drop was when Lehman went out of business. And since then, we've had a significant boom in family offices. In fact, family offices have been significantly increasing since 2009. And in 2017 alone, there was an increase of 38% of family offices. And currently, there is about 75 family offices globally. The majority of them are in the United States, Europe, and Asia. And family offices are very, very significant. It's one of the fastest growing asset classes in the world. They manage about $6 trillion in capital. So they are changing the global environment on investing. And they're doing it in a significantly different way than the traditional investment funds and things of that sort. What's also important to know is that family offices. The average age of a person running a family office is between 60 and 70 years old. So what we're about to see is one of the largest transfers of wealth in history. There's over $4 trillion that's going to transfer from generation to generation over the next decade. And the biggest beneficiaries are going to be the millennials. And what millennials are mostly interested in is social impact and sustainability investments. Obviously, most of them were born rich. I think that making more money is not the most important thing for them, but trying to change the world and impact the world to make it a better place. As doing good as doing well at the same time. So what this has triggered is a a tsunami of activity in alternative investments. In fact, family offices currently have 35% of their portfolios in alternative investments. Obviously, that they have fled the bond market. There's no yields there. They are active in the stock market, but I think that what they're doing is they're really more focused on impacting social impact and sustainability issues. Environment, green energy, sustainable food, next generation medicine and health, actionable education is high on their list of social impact investments. They're also moving aggressively into next generation technologies such as cryptocurrencies and blockchains. And I think a lot of this is that the issue that has been had is that the next generation of family members that are going to inherit all this wealth they only really want to engage if there is a social impact into the investment. So I think that what this ultimately provided is that a platform to change the world through impact investing. What I think is important here is that family offices do not operate as typically as a hedge fund or money manager or mutual fund or things of that sort. How to access capital from family offices, and I'm talking, strictly based upon my expertise, which is in private equity, venture capital, cryptocurrency, small cap stocks, things of that sort, is that for family offices, it's the first and foremost is a relationship and trust. They typically do not do business with people that they don't know and they don't trust. So for you to be able to access capital from a family office, typically you have to be introduced through somebody that they do have a relationship and they do trust. And typically they like to do direct investments, which means directly into the company. The reason that why they set up family offices was to bypass the traditional brokerage firms and investment banks because they did not want to pay what they considered to be exorbitant fees. So and you have to understand that when you're talking about family offices, you're talking about 31 different flavors. They're not the same. They how they operate is significantly different depending on the geography where they're located in the U.S., Europe, Asia, or other parts of the world. What generation that the family office is? Is it a first generation fund or family office, or is it second, third, or fourth? Typically, they do private equity and venture capital investments based upon their area of expertise. So where they made their money, if it was in oil and gas, if it was in pharmaceuticals or whatnot, they have a significant amount of knowledge and contacts that could be very, very value add to those investments. And that's typically where they will deploy capital. And other areas are, areas that they historically have made money in. One of the advantages of having a family office is that unlike a venture capital fund or a private equity fund that is looking to maximize their profitability at all costs, even at the detriment of the company, family offices tend to be much, much more friendlier, much more value add. And it's really a long-term relationship that they're looking for to where that both parties profit from. So the value of being able to access capital from family office is immense. But what I think that, one of the areas that is becoming of significant importance for family offices is sustainability, especially sustainable food. People around the globe are starting to realize that the current farming model is not working very well. It uses a significant amount of natural resources, land, soil, fertilizers, water, energy, and producing, a GMO products. Most of the plants that we're consuming now have been GMO modified. and they have toxins, contaminants, pesticides that are proving to be pretty harmful and creating a lot of health problems. And one of the solutions here is biosynthesis and biosynthesis platforms. And what they're able to do, and there's dozens of companies that are in this space, what they're able to do is be able to produce, bioorganic compounds that are 99% pharmaceutical grade. They are bioorganic. They are non-GMO. They end up producing an end product that's bioidentical to what occurs in nature. So there's absolutely no difference except that you don't have the toxins, you don't have the contaminants, and you utilize typically about 90% less energy and natural resources than the current farming model. I'm involved in companies in this space. One is biomedicaine, which is targeting rare cannabinoids and psychedelics, where we utilize a biosynthesis platform to produce 99% pharmaceutical grade compounds, that are organic, non-GMO, and with utilizing 90% less energy and natural resources. And the end products ends up to be, 70 to 90% less than large volume wholesale prices. And what you're going to end up seeing in this space is that, as we know, that the cannabis and CBD craze has just been exploding around the world. These rare cannabinoids such as CBG and THCV are significantly better for treating specific health conditions than CBD. So the next generation of CBDs will be these rare cannabinoids, and biomedicaine is the leader in that space. The other side of this is a company called BioKai, which I am also the president of, and I am a board member. And we are producing something called astaxanthin, which is the world's world's most powerful antioxidant, 6,000 times more powerful than vitamin C. It has all kinds of health benefits to it. It's significantly, or it's used mostly for animal feed and fish feed, it's over $1 billion market, and that market's about to be disrupted with a bioorganic compound replacing the synthetic GMO products out in the market. And what that's going to do is that they're going to create hundreds of millions of dollars in revenues for BioKai, replacing these synthetic products out in the market. So at the end of the day, I think that, when you look at the landscape for family offices and global investing by family offices, there is a significant change, in fact, in how they've been operating over the past 5 years. They are really, really focusing on the environment, cleaning up the environment to reduce the pollution in the environment. They're focused on sustainability, to where anything that utilizes less natural resources and energy and produces a better product for less money. They're focused on helping, especially in the biotech and pharmaceutical arena. They want to impact people's lives by investing in next generation technologies that help treat health conditions that either have been untreatable or don't have a big enough orphan type of pharmaceuticals. And also, one of the big areas that we're seeing is that they're realizing that we have a failed education system. We have a failed university system. People are getting college educations and coming out pretty much uneducated, or they've received an education that is not usable or actionable in this world. So they're taking steps as to provide the next generation of technologies for these education models, to where that educating people that is actionable education, so that it will create jobs and they can impact the world in a better way by actually having an education that is useful. And then I think last but not least is that the one thing the family offices do understand is dilution. And it seems that the economy, nobody would have ever thought that by shutting down the global economy, that would have been a boom for global stocks. And that's exactly what's happened. We've seen the stock market explode as the global economy's been shut down. And that is due to one primary reason, is that the new economy seems to be is printing money. And countries all around the globe have been printing money nonstop, United States leading them. And basically, we know that is an unsustainable model. And that's the reason why they are investing in cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and the like, and blockchain technologies that provide multi-transparency and more accountability for everywhere from supply chains to investment and multiple other areas around the world. So it was a pleasure speaking to you today. I'm excited about what the future holds, especially within the world of family offices. I think that at the end of the day, I'll leave you with this: opportunity doesn't knock. You have to. Opportunity shows up after you kick the door in, and I think that some walls are coming down now that are creating some new opportunities. And I guess the last one would be money is a good servant, but it's a horrible master. So spend your time wisely. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Dennis. It was a great insight, and you gave a good presentation at the start of the day. Good keynote, and I look forward in the panel again later.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.